Green 18! Green 19! Hut!
Thanksgiving is upon us. Well, American Thanksgiving, that is. And as being Canadian, we would love to join you guys. You know why? Because there's abundance of football games. Lots of picks for us to choose from. Now, please, guys, pull up that extra chair at the table. Make some room on the couch. And hopefully you guys would love to have us there as well. Welcome to another episode of the J&J Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny, a.k.a. Jay Froner, along with my co-host, the always wonderful Mr. Joe Monte Calvo. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm amazing, Johnny. American Thanksgiving is football on all day. What's better than this?
Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I mean, yeah, you can't ask for more. Before we get started, Joe, I'll just let you recap our picks from last week to tell the viewers how we did. Not so good, but we'll see. We'll see how this week goes, right?
Two for one week for you. I had my first losing week since we started doing this. I went 1-2 on my picks. After 3 weeks, we're both 5-4 though. So
yeah,
you know what? I'll, since you won last week, I'll let you start today, and you give us your pick.
Such a gentleman. Thank you, sir. I will go first. Now, okay, guys. For my first pick, I will be going to the Lions-Packers game, and I will be taking Detroit at the minus 7.5. Now, Detroit trying to continue a 3-game winning streak here. I mean, clear favorites in this matchup. Over their last 5 games between these two teams, Detroit they won 3 out of the 5. Detroit has also played 10 games, posting 7 wins against the spread. So, I mean, that's clearly why I picked Detroit in this one. I will give a little bit of love to Green Bay Packers. By that, I mean Jordan Love. I mean, he did have a great game last week. We'll give it to him. But, I mean, he's still wildly inconsistent. I mean, he's always up and down, this guy. Even as a team, I mean, he has no one to throw to. Aaron Jones going down last week as well. Probably doubtful for this game, if I'm not mistaken, right? And Joe, I'll go a step further. I will also make a prediction for this game because I have a funny feeling. I'll be going 28-14 for the Lions. So maybe I'll get double the points if I get that right too, okay?
No, we don't do that. You either get it or you don't. You either cover the spread or you don't.
All right. Who do you got for your first?
For my first pick, Johnny, we're going with our homie, our paisan. Tommy Cutlets, Tommy DeVito.
Oh, yeah.
He pulled off the big upset last week against the Washington Commanders. This week they got the Patriots. They're 3.5-point dogs. Do you believe in Tommy, Johnny?
No, I don't. I don't think anyone does. And I'm a Giants fan.
Neither do I.
No?
I'm staying the hell away from the game.
All right.
Yeah. For my first pick, I'm gonna piggyback you and take the Lions also at minus 7.5. The Lions pulled off a big comeback last week against the Bears there. They kept us alive in the survivor pool. They were down 12 with 3 minutes left. Yeah. Big win for the Lions. I think they're going to build off that. They've always been the punching bag on American Thanksgiving. Usually they're the underdogs, the team that's going to lose. I think they're going to steamroll the Packers in this one. They're 7-3 against the spread this year. They've won 4 in a row at home. Like you said, I think they're going to win by double digits. So I'm going to be going with the Lions at minus 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy pick, right? Maybe we could watch the game together for at least this one, anyways. For my second pick, I'll be going to the Dolphins and the Jets game. I'll be taking the over here, over the 41.5. Now, look, I'll just say a little bit about this game. Throughout the 10 games Miami has played so far, they've gone over the point total 5 times. So, I mean, that gives me a 50% chance. I'm sure you and I both bet on worse odds, right? As for the Jets, out of the 10 games, they've gone over the point total only 3 times. But, you know, because it's Thanksgiving, hopefully they'll give me the points, and I'll be thankful for it. You know, maybe if I say a little prayer that day, I'll get the over in this one.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've seen Dolphins put up a lot of points, right?
Maybe they'll cover themselves.
You know what? I do believe the Jets might put up a fight. I still think they'll get between like 15 and 20 points.
They got Tim Boyle making his first start. I mean, it's not Zach Wilson. It can't be worse than Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Know.
So I mean, both teams combined, I think I'll get the over in this one. Who do you got for your second pick, Joe?
So when there's a lot of bad games on the slate, you got to pick some bad games you probably wouldn't otherwise touch. And that's an example of this right here is the Saints and Atlanta Falcons game. I'm going to be going with the Saints at +1. I mean, the Saints aren't great, but I do think they're better than the Falcons. The Saints kind of own this matchup. They've won 6 of the last 7 head-to-head. They've also won 8 of the last 10. For Atlanta, I mean, Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke, doesn't matter. They both suck. Derek Carr is questionable for this game, but even if it's Jameis Winston in and they rotate with Taysom Hill as well, I think they're going to beat the Atlanta Falcons here in the divisional game. So I'm taking the Saints as the 1-point underdog.
You never know. It could be a good game towards the end. There's been more, worse surprises. But okay, so for my third and final pick, I'll be going to the Broncos and the Browns game. I'll be taking Broncos at the -2.5. Now, as for the Browns, I mean, they continue to cement themselves as a playoff contender, so far, especially after last week's win, right? It was a close one, but, even despite Deshaun Watson going down, I mean, the rookie QB Dorian Robinson, I mean, setting up the team, for a game-winning field goal. They do have a strong defense, so I do think it might be a bit difficult for the Broncos, to put up points, but I still think they could get it done. Now, speaking of Denver, I mean, currently on a 4-game winning streak, beating some of the best teams in the NFL. I mean, we discussed it last week, right? Russell Wilson looking like he turned back the clock, to be honest. Pretty much shutting up all the haters, right? We even seen RG3, right? I mean, I know we both saw that tweet that he put out, speaking highly of Russell Wilson. Yeah. So that's why I'm going with them. And I mean, most importantly, they need this win to keep their playoffs hopes alive. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm going to be taking Denver. So Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride.
You like that? Our friend Gabby will be proud of me. Taking his boys.
Yeah. even though I didn't cover for me last week, but that's besides the point.
He just wants them to win at this point, you know what I mean? So what do you got for your final pick, Joe?
Okay, so another bad game. We got the Carolina Panthers, Tennessee Titans here. The Panthers are the worst team in the league. They're 1-9. They haven't won a road game so far this year. The Titans, while they're 0-6 on the road, they are 3-1 at home, so they're a much better home team than they are a road team. Will Levis threw 4 touchdowns in his first NFL start, and since then he's only thrown 2 in the last 3. Again, the Panthers are just the worst team. I think the Titans here at home can at least beat them by more than 4 points, so I'll side with the Tennessee Titans in this one.
Yeah, I guess it was beginner's luck, right? I guess in his first game, but okay, Joe. So we'll see how we do this week. I'll let you recap quickly for the viewers what we got for this week, for this weekend. Excuse me.
So that's it. We're both 5-4 heading into this week. Johnny's going to take the Lions at -7.5 against the Packers. He's also got the Dolphins and the Jets over 41.5, and the Broncos to cover 2.5 against the Browns. And for me, I'm also siding with the Lions at -7.5. The Saints to cover at 1 point, basically in a pick'em game against the Falcons. And my last pick will be the Titans to cover 3.5 against the Carolina Panthers.
All right, they seem like some good picks. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, Joe. For all 3 of my picks, I picked one Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So just in case I lose that Thursday game, I have enough time to make some more picks. Right?
Okay, I like the mindset.
Exactly. Like it's looking like it's gonna be a fun weekend for in the NFL in general, right? So we'll see how we do this weekend. I mean, let us know in the comments what you guys got going on for this weekend. And please, if you guys like this content, like and subscribe. And until then, have yourself a good night.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, yes.